Welcome back, guys. We're now about to jump into game number 2. In fact, the game lobby just was hosted. Let's jump right into it and see the champions. You know what they did this time is they switched it around. So instead of KGB getting the first pick, KGO got the first pick, and their first pick was actually Joker. So that's going to be John Ray playing Joker most likely. He still hasn't chosen it yet. But what that meant is that Pseudo-Style couldn't be Joker.
That's going to be different. I guess he must be liking the Blasters because he did go for the Green Lantern. Green Lantern, whom have we seen yet in this tournament?
Yes. We saw him in like one of the first rounds once.
You sure about that? Okay, well.
He kept dying to like Night Bat or something.
Okay, well, we haven't seen him in quite some time then.
Yeah, it was like the very first round of the tournament. I can't remember what match.
All right, so I guess Genre, who was also played a fair bit of Joker, if I recall correctly, will be doing that. He likes to play the damages. That's what I'm thinking. He
didn't get his Gas Cat this time, but he has Catwoman Prime. It's fairly similar. You know what the last game reminded me of is I keep just remembering from the IC Winter Open tournament where Ease just played Shazam and just starts running around killing everyone. That's exactly what he did last game with Gas Cat. So maybe he'll do the same thing with Catwoman Prime. We'll see. You know, this may be the first game match where one team gets both the Poison Ivies, Atomic and Prime.
Perhaps. I think we might have seen it before, but, you know, definitely a possibility. We have also Taylor Swift not being able to play Nightmare Batman. How do you think that's going to pan out for them? Do you think that's going to mess them up?
You know, KGB, because as a higher seed in Best of Ones, they've always gotten that first pick. They've kind of had a very similar lineup every single match until this one. And it's always been Taylor Swift is like the initiator, builds very tanky, locks someone important down from the team, and then just absorbs damage, dies, doesn't matter, did his role, and then the rest of the team is the damage behind that. But like you said now, Similar can be kind of an initiator, a little bit of a tanky with Atomic Poison Ivy, but the rest of the team is very different as well. So their approach might have to be very different than it was in the past.
Taking a look at the team comps in general, it looks like there seems to be a lot more versatility on KGO's side. They've got the heals, they've got the kiting, they've got the damage, and they have the tankiness. I think there's, you know, in terms of literal team fights, there's a lot of individual abilities that KGB has. You know, Nightmare Batman with the individual lockdown. In terms of AoE, Green Lantern and Cyborg are the only ones who can really do that. Whereas I would say that the AoE kind of favors KGO just a little bit more in terms of champion picks.
It definitely does seem that way. A little more area effect. KGB though, I think they have just more damage overall. I mean, Green Lantern is so damaging. When he launches all his abilities, he's so damaging. Gas Cat, well, we saw last game when he's played. Gas Cat is pretty darn damaging, and of course Cyborg is often, some people say maybe one of the most or the most continual just damage dealers in the game. Of course, he also is very vulnerable to being ganked and being caught in the open, but that's the strength of KGB. It's just raw damage, whereas you know KGO is more crowd control, more area effect with Joker perhaps, a Gaslight Batman. And Poison Ivy. In fact, it's a lot of area effect that ultimates there. And then they have a little more heal, more crowd control as well.
It's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to come down to the individual players. I always feel like it somewhat relies on just response and junglers. Wow, right here, Joker's is almost caught out of position. If the punchy hitter might have stopped her just long enough for, you know, Taylor Swift to maybe get off like a Bramble Rapture.
And all we're taking is something like that, and then everyone's, even just their basic attacks, and it's 5-on-1, it's pretty darn damaging. They're all heading back, though. I'm going to pick up a couple more items, and they're going to head back out to the map.
Just increasing the tiers, you know, on their respective will packs, health packs, whatever that is they need to do.
Well, what's your opinion on getting, let's say if you're, for example, your G's or Cripsy, and you want to get both health packs and will packs, what's your opinion on getting a health pack and a will pack versus getting a Tektite vial, which is both of them combined?
I mean, it's definitely dependent on the situation. The upgrade cost for the third tier of Modular Tektite Vial is less efficient to go for something individually, so I would say maybe the first 2 ranks of Tektite Vial, and then go into Health or Will Pack. That's usually what I would consider.
Or just get all 3, like what Ease is doing.
Yeah, why not, right? You can, totally can.
You know, they are actually, the lower levels are cheaper. They take up more item slots, but earlier in the game, are item slots really that valuable? No, you just sell them.
No, if they're not going to be occupied anyway, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's so cheap that you're not really losing that many credits once you do finally need to free that spot up.
So we do have here a Catwoman duel, Gas Cat versus Catwoman Prime, and that's kind of interesting. The whip has a much lower cooldown, but I think the shredding claws is a little more damage. So if they keep just trading 1 for 1, it's going to favor gas cap. But of course, with a much longer cooldown, she has to stay, kind of hide in the shadows until that cooldown is back up.
I think that in the future they're not going to be able to trade 1-to-1 because she has her steam-powered claws, but until she can close the gap, it's going to be acrobat, cat's paw, and then whip strike, or acrobat empowered whip strike. Exactly. So there's going to be something. She's going to have to do something tricky. Like right now, she's hiding in the stealth pad because she's trying to get the experience and just absorb the credits. Like that might, happen to come her way. But for now, she's just kind of, I think, a little bit scared. Understandably.
Meanwhile, we have a blaster off here with Green Lantern against a Joker in the mid lane. That should be pretty interesting. I feel like I always think Green Lantern is better at trading, but Joker's a little bit better to wave clear. Green Lantern's E for clearing waves is not as strong as the present, but his slam is a more reliable hit. You can see there it's just easy to go ahead and nail the Joker, whereas the Mr. Punch, you can kind of dodge it if you anticipate it correctly.
Hopefully pseudo-style,
that would hurt.
I think Genre must be pretty good at landing a skill shot. Pseudo-style, actually having played so much Joker, might have the advantage in knowing how to counterplay him too. There's a fair amount of sustain that Green Lantern gets from his passive. I would say that it outdoes what Joker's passive is, which is that little bit of lifesteal. I think that Green Lantern can potentially sustain himself more, but his will costs are much more punishing than Joker. So it'll come down to whomever is a little bit more aggressive and whomever initiates at the right time.
You know what's funny? In the past, we've often seen things like Cyborg versus Catwoman or Flash trying to land against someone, but in this map, all the lanes are exactly even with the counterparts you'd expect. It's the marksman with their supports laning at the bottom. It's Poison Ivy, a Gaspat versus Cyborg Zatanna. And it looks like Poison Ivy, Gaspat have the advantage right now. At the top, it's the Catwomans dueling each other. And then in the middle, it's the Blasters dueling, so it's all kind of even lanes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was a little shady what Cyborg did right there. I don't think that he really should have gone in on there for no reason. I think he thought he was going to be able to get that last hit, like that last basic attack off, but he just narrowly got escaped. And then Poison Ivy threw out that root strike right at the right time and just was able to deal enough damage, even through his invulnerability.
Yeah. So the question is when are the junglers going to really try to do a lot of damage? It looks like Tabor Swift has come in here with Atomic Poison Ivy. She's doing what she can. On the other side, I really haven't seen Jules threaten lane too much quite yet.
Yeah, not quite. But I mean, really, what is a level 4 Nightmare Batman going to be doing? Without his ultimate? I mean, he has a silver batarang,
well
but he needs to land it really perfectly, and it's got such a steep cooldown and high energy cost. Yeah, I know. It's so cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love it.
Of course, Nightmare Batman has ability where for several seconds he just gains 25% move speed and some extra attack damage. It's great for running people down. It's great for clearing jungles fast and just moving around the map.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the bottom lane we have Chao, who I think that Chao has played so many different people, and it's really cool to see him be able to play somebody like Batman and do well, and see him playing a marksman and do well. I think that he really had that. Oh, here we go. Here comes the Nightmare Batman coming in on G's. Is he gonna land us a better angle?
Pickup.
There we go. There's that kill that Cyborg wanted.
That was cool to use that speed pickup. I don't think they need it in this case, but they might have.
Why not?
Right? It was a little closer, and of course it'll recharge again.
There we go, Catwoman. So we see that Catwoman did a super aggressive play. Apparently, he's narrowly escaped from that. But I do think that Catwoman Prime is a little bit more efficient of a laner than Gaslight Catwoman. So hopefully, Gaslight Catwoman can seek some help from Jules at some point.
We'll see if Jules decides to head up there right now. Teleporting, where'd he go?
He went up to help. Went up to defend that lane from getting pushed.
And actually, I mean, Ease has to run away.
Yeah.
A Catwoman's pretty agile, but at that low life, a single toss batarang with a, slows you enough to get 1 or 2 basic attacks off and needs to be down.
I don't know. See, now that it's going to go either way, now that Cyborg has actually gotten that kill back.
Ooh.
That's very aggressive on that Gaslight Batman's part.
I mean, he had Poison Ivy right there, so.
Yeah.
Oh, but now the drones are beating on him.
Yeah,
and
that's
a
what
lot
I'm saying.
Of damage.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like it's kind of easy to lose track of them.
Yeah.
And they deal so much damage if you let them just get away with it.
Pseudo-Style's kind of bossing around Genre a bit, but he's low on will. He's got to back up, and let's see how he's building Green Lantern. We haven't seen too much Green Lantern. So he's getting Dr. Destiny's Dreamstone for will regen. Going to Logos early. That's an item I know we've talked about as being like, if you just want pure power damage, the Logos, in theory, if you get it collect up enough, because every time you collect a coin, it starts building up, you can get some sick power damage.
Yeah, definitely true. We see Atomic Poison Ivy just below Green Lantern. I don't know what she plans. Oh, she actually has the EMP, so she could have dove it if she wanted to. There was a couple of pings going on there, but I think Pseudostyle is going to be playing very cautiously now. Catwoman in the top lane, taking some heat from Gaslight Catwoman and Nightmare Batman, but luckily she was closer to her side than she was to the enemy side, so that ended up being in kind of nothing happening, sort of. Everybody running away. Atomic Poison Ivy is now coming into the bot lane. They're out of Bramble Rapture, and oh my gosh, so many plants just being thrown out.
Who doesn't love plants? That's the advantage of a double Poison Ivy team.
I have a feeling that Batman probably got really sick of plants after dealing with Poison Ivy.
I would think so. You know, if you've, I don't think Wayne Manor. It's got nice greenery, but inside I haven't seen too many potted plants.
They're probably all fake plants.
Yeah, they're probably. Anyways, Pseudostyle's, I think doing a really good job. He's really been, you know, Atomic Poison Ivy here from Taylor Swift has really been trying to interfere with Pseudostyle, spending a lot of time in the lane messing with them, but he's still been able to do a good job keeping up, which is really, really, really important.
It looks like Atomic Poison Ivy is actually invading into Nightmare Batman's jungle, doing a little bullying on him. He was fairly low, probably wouldn't have safely been able to take on that Atomic Poison Ivy, especially with Joker hanging around nearby.
So this kind of support / marksman duel here, well, actually we'll get back to the top. Looks like Jokas is in trouble. This could be the second time East is gonna, yeah, there's no way he's gonna have that one.
Yeah, he's got him.
That's, I mean, that's 2 for 0 for Catwoman versus Gascat so far.
Oh, Catwoman.
Catwoman's doing a job, so Coda Blade, yeah. Oh, Yechi gets knocked up, trying to get back, and you know, I feel like Saber and Zatanna have been having a little bit of trouble against the Poison Ivy Gasbat combo. Poison Ivy a little more sustained in the lane. Of course, Zatanna more damage, more speed with dash, slash, dazzle. And so that could be more of a punch, maybe as they level up. That could be really scary, but early on, the sustain is so important, and Poison Ivy really brings that to the table.
And not to mention, I believe Poison Ivy's ult is actually more, or not ult, shield is more potent than Zatanna's.
I would believe so, and it also slows opponents who attack your ally, which is really, really, really useful.
It's very deterrent against people who are pursuing you. I just think that, you know, not to mention the marksman debuff in terms of using Blow Kiss and that blind just severely mitigating damage makes it impossible for them to get into a trade when she's got that cooldown up.
Yeah, I think Poison Ivy is stronger as a support in a marksman role, at least at this stage of the game. Zatanna is much more capable of handling lane on her own and things like that, but in a 2-on-2, Poison Ivy is just very good. But Jules comes in there, pushes him off the lane, goes in and grabs that EMP, and Taylor Swift is continuing to jungle. I think Jokas is getting sick of Catwoman. Dealing with Ease's Catwoman. He's like, you know what? Let's go down and mess with Joker. I am Jokas, so I should be pretty good at it. And Pseudostyle has a lot of will. This could be really bad for Genre right here. He drops the ultimate, but that's not going to kill Pseudostyle. And I don't think he's going to get out of that one.
Oh, that was so unfortunate. 3 people came in. That was Genre. You know what? Yeah. That must mean he's good. They were like, we need to get him.
Yeah.
We need to stop him. Good job shutting him down.
It also could have been like they all just felt like going to the middle.
Maybe. It's time to take a stroll down the middle lane.
Yeah, why not? Oh, there's a Joker. Let's kill him.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to think it took a little bit more coordination than that.
I would believe you're right. Meanwhile, we're going to have the Catwoman duel off again here. Ease is going to try to whip Jokas into shape, but no, in fact, it doesn't help Catwoman. It actually hurts when you get whipped.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Wait. Okay. Did somebody tell you otherwise?
Well, you know, when you say you're going to get whipped into shape, that usually means something good. You're getting stronger, but it looks like Joka's just been on the receiving end of a lot of damage here. Now pushing the lane. Now, the one thing about Catwoman, she's really good at harassing and controlling lane, but she's not that great at taking down a tower because her base attack is melee, and if she goes up that close, then Gascat can engage and she can't attack back without being hit by the tower.
Yeah, that's true, especially in the early game.
Oh no, Genre again, he comes back and all of a sudden ambushed again. Can he get out of this one? No ultimate from Jules quite yet available. Got another 14 seconds on that, so Genre does escape, but he's forced back and Catwoman could be in trouble. And I mean, Green Lantern, it's actually funny, but he's actually pretty good at ganking because his burst damage is so high, he has that slow.
But that counter teleport from Atomic Poison Ivy coming in to protect.
But it's going to be 3-on-2. And Ease is in a really tough spot. Yeah, I mean, there's no way Gascat. Oh, and Taylor Swift comes in the EMP, but doesn't get the kill, and there's no way I don't think he's going to run down Jokas. In fact, Jokas almost jukes. Oh, wow, Jokas really low, but Taylor Swift, can you escape at the Atomic Poison Ivy?
You can, but I don't know against these two.
Oh, juke the speed thing, but nice slow, but that little speed drop is going to help Green Lantern close the distance, and If he gets close, he should. No.
Wow. See, that's the.
Yeah.
But you know what though? I think Taylor Swift went a little bit too thirsty for Jokas right
Yeah.
there, because he just dove underneath the turret and like kind of left Catwoman to die.
I actually kind of feel like Taylor Swift initiated that EMP and the dive on the Jokas before Green Lantern came out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then it was like kind of felt he was already committed.
It
He's
was
like,
the Nightmare Batman though. I mean, the moment
Yeah.
he saw that the Nightmare Batman was ulting, maybe if he had turned around, he would have been able to keep Catwoman alive
Yeah,
just a
could
little
have
bit
been.
longer.
Well, Catwoman's doing some damage up here. Coming in with the whip, gets rabbited, and Gascat tries to get revenge, but no, a great ultimate from Poison Ivy, damaging and slowing Jokas, and now Chow's in trouble. Cripsy swings in, picks up the kill, and that was a nice series of moves from KGO there.
I love seeing people weave in and out when they have such little health, because it means they were totally confident that they could deal damage really quickly without taking so much that they would die.
Yeah, and Catwoman's one of the best champions to do that with. Oh, Pseudo-Style jukes and Mr. Punchy. That might have been a death blow. It could have been followed up with a present or something.
Yep.
But as is, both blasters really trading blasts here, but neither one quite yet going down.
I mean, that's kind of the way of it, unless, I mean, my general opinion is if you're like so low that you're going to die in 2 spell combos, that you should just be playing more cautiously. You know, especially if you don't have any vision of the area. And like he does have the cameras there, but if somebody does a really sneaky thing, comes around from behind, like I don't know what Atomic Poison Ivy's doing up there against that Nightmare Batman in the very top lane, but I guess kind of just bullying him out of the jungle. They just need to be safe. Like you should honestly.
I mean, Pseudo-Style's close enough to a turret. He's playing a little safer, definitely.
Yeah,
than
but he
Johnner.
has no defense. Like if somebody decides to come in on him, like say for example, if Atomic Poison Ivy just went in there, Bramble Rapture.
He has a plane.
But what's that gonna matter if he gets punched?
It'll stun him. Well, yeah, he has to be really confident that he's not gonna get punched. And you can tell he's maintaining space between him and Genre, and just really making sure that there's no way those punches can connect. And you can see, like you talked about, Taylor Swift was looking for an attack, and Pseudo-Style's like, I don't know about this. I'm a little scared. He's gonna put his own camera up there. Smart call.
It is good.
Oh, looks like there's some convergence. Jokas is coming up here.
So is Ease. Oh, not Ease. It's Gaslight Catwoman. It's Jokas.
Yeah. the other Gaslight Catwoman. The new one,
yeah,
not the one from
Ease
last
has
week.
already kind of been there.
Yeah, Ease is like, you know what, I did that. We'll try Catwoman Prime. A lot of position here. Looks like KGO is going to go for the Raider. Is KGB going to try to contest that? Joka's hot pursuit on Yechi, or sorry, G's. Drills is coming in there, forced back by Present. Hits by Mr. Punchy, gets the ultimate off, but taking a lot of abuse in the process. And that's a great plane, taking down Ease very quickly.
Looks like it's still going the other way. Zatanna, I don't know
Yeah.
if Yechi's going to be able to get out of here. Gaslight Batman, good ultimate, picks up the kill.
And
Green
I mean,
Lantern too slow.
Yeah, he can't run away. That's not his specialty. His specialty is dropping the hammer, not retreating.
It's not very
he
courageous
tried
to run
little
away,
juke
though.
there. Yeah.
You know, and he's all about
Yeah,
courage.
he's all about lack of fear. Never be afraid.
Exactly. What's to be afraid of when you're, you know, you can just summon constructs of anything you want ever.
It's true. As long as you have the will, there is a way. And well, they did all
Didn't
go
you
down.
say something like that earlier too?
Maybe.
This must just be like your motto that you have stuck in your head.
It could be. You know, I'm a big fan of the Green Lantern motto. Courage in all things. But yes, that engagement went kind of poorly for KGB, and KGO kind of took control of that. But in the meantime, it was also 4 and 5. Chow was busy up top, and he did get a turret kill and a good amount of nice farm as well.
Looks like there is, once again, a little bit of an advantage on KGO side, but we've seen KGO suffer a little bit in the beginning and at any stage throughout the game, so it's entirely possible that KGB could do something tricksy. They're actually putting a lot of damage on this turret. I think the Joker will get back in time to stop them from doing anything too bad, but
yeah,
that's what they need to do. They really need to be getting turrets. They need to be getting those global credits.
Oh, look at his Pseudo-Style coming in from the bottom there.
Whoa.
Speed drop on top of him to do some damage, and that could be picked up for extra speed. Looks like Atomic Poison Ivy is going to do it, but realizing that, wait a minute, I don't think we should go in when you have Catwoman on top, and then, of course, Poison Ivy and Gasp at bottom. Maybe we shouldn't be really pushing outside the turret range.
Nah, oh, though Catwoman has been up there quite long.
Be careful, Catwoman. You know, Catwoman's really agile, but I don't know how effective that is against someone like Green Lantern, who's just drops stuff on top of you no matter how fast you're moving.
Ooh, Shijuka Steam-powered claws, but gets constricted, and double ultimate from Jokas might not be enough to keep it alive. We have a teleport coming in on somebody, though. I think it's, it's Atomic Poison Ivy.
It was canceled, I believe.
Or was it?
Yeah, it was canceled here, so...
Good out, though. That's why.
Yeah.
I think she was like, meh.
Didn't need me. But the regular Poison Ivy was in range. Oh, Pseudo-Style! Oof.
Almost.
If that got the knock-up, Catwoman might have been able to get the finishing blow there with the whip. Meanwhile, in the middle, we do have Cyborg and Nightmare Batman working together. Interesting pair of friends there. Unusual champ. Uh-oh, Poison Ivy. You walked into the wrong place there, and Cyborg is trying to blast you, but the kiss reduces his damage so much, they actually turn it around, get the kill on Drools. Nightbat goes down, and all of a sudden KGB is in full retreat.
Wow, KGO was super good at responding to this sort of thing. Catwoman is too fast. One more whip. Oh, the basic attack from the Joker secures the kill on Chow.
This is not looking good for KGB. KGO continues their relentless string of destruction here. Now pushing across the top. Joker's is going to do what he can, throwing out some sharpened claws. That's a little nice damage. Pseudo Style has a max duel, so can definitely skirmish for a long time. But he's at half life, and he's got to be so careful against Catwoman's whip.
Oh, teleport coming in from behind. The 3 up top at KGO.
That's a nice move there. There goes the plane. A lot of damage. The ultimate on Ease. Ease goes down very quickly. And this is the super strength of getting teleport. They're going to go ahead and get Poison Ivy, I believe. They might even get Atomic Poison Ivy. I don't think she's going to get away. Yeah, Poison Ivy did fall down to Gas Cat. And it was, well, with Cyborg coming up here, there's no way. Taylor Swift. Oh, he totally missed a Tracer shot, but
yeah,
no worries.
Like it matters.
No worries. Basic attacks are all that he needs.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit overzealous of KGO. They stayed up there with 3, even though the entire KGB team was allowed to come back.
You know, I really loved how immediately they locked down Ease, because they knew that Pseudo Style was their main source of damage there.
Yep.
But Pseudo Style at that point was on fairly low life, and Ease could have taken him out very quickly. So they're like, we get Ease first, and then the rest of them can run, but as long as we can slow him. Pseudo Style does so much damage output because he's playing as Green Lantern. He's only died once, and this Logos has got to have a ton of stacks on it by now. So his power damage is pretty much to the roof. I mean, 5,300 credits. He's definitely going to be the carry for the team going forward.
I would definitely agree, and he's also building a lot of will. So
yeah.
He's able to cast his spells really quickly, and you know, never have to worry too much. That will balance and the will regen he has is enough to keep it real. But oh, Catwoman is in the top lane by herself, but nobody really cares right now. They're going for Drools. And
Gascat is coming in from the back though. Genre's got to be careful. Gascat decides to come in. She's kind of okay. She's low. She's going to go back and teleport. Here's ultimate from Gascat. Almost takes down Nightmare Batman. So does the Root Strike, but he does escape. That was a really long turret shot there. Interesting target acquiring there. Yechi, be careful a little bit. No, KGO's not going to continue to be too aggressive.
I don't think that KGO is really going to be afraid, you know, because they're kind of just putting themselves wherever they want and reacting to whatever KGB does to try to stop them.
So we do have, oh, looks like a Catwoman face-off here. Gascat doesn't want any part of that. EMP drops on neutralizing the turret. Pseudo Style goes down, does drop the plane, but that wasn't enough. Another kill goes down on Chow, and now KGO can back away and probably take down this turret. I don't think KGB can contest that.
With 2 down, they might even decide to go further.
They definitely could do it. That's a lot of credits for the team. They had to wait for another drone wave. There it is, but there's no cannon drone there. Without the cannon drone, it makes it a lot harder to siege a turret.
That's true. Well, I mean, they are down to the Dampener in the middle lane now too, so that has definitely way more health than the turrets in the regular lanes do. Maybe they're going for the Raider?
Yeah, Jeez is like, I'm just going to wander on the other side of the map alone. But that's okay. My team's kind of close. And they are going to go ahead and grab that Raider. Jeez just putting some surveillance cameras around to make sure that they're not interrupted while they proceed to beat down this Raider.
Every single person on KGO has been really involved in all of the fights. You know, the most amount of deaths that they have is 3 on Ease, but despite having died 3 times, still has the most credits on the team and is the highest level on par with Gaslight Batman and the Joker. So, you know, doing pretty well for himself, I'd say.
I think that's just being up top on his own the whole time, you know, and grab a couple early kills. Ease has really got a lot of great farm going throughout this game. And it looks like Poison Ivy and Gasback could be in a little bit of a hot spot. Poison Ivy, I warned her once that wandering off on her own to place surveillance cameras is dangerous. This time Drools gets her, and she's turned into a bunny, destroyed by the skewers from Zatanna.
You know what, though? I have a theory. I have a theory that this is going to be turned around.
Is it? We'll see. There's a present from Genre. That's not going to hit anyone. Oh, Drools goes down. You're right. It is starting to turn around, and KGB is in retreat 1 for 1.
I think if she lands that Wall of Thorns on Zatanna and Cyborg, they're going to get stopped. There it is, the Bramble Rapture.
Oh, Zatanna does a nice dash plus a protection to try to keep Cyborg alive, but not quite enough. They are going to back away. Who's going to answer Gascat, though? Oh, I love that speed drop there so she can escape, because knowing very overextended, just trying to get some farm in the lane and put some damage on a turret, but retreat may be necessary.
You know what would be great, too, like a good juke tactic, is if somebody comes at her and she makes a move like she's going for the stealth thing, and then they'll position themselves to try to get that.
Yes.
But then just completely juke in the opposite
another
direction.
Yeah. That would be a pretty cool move here. We do have Yechi going to try to contest Cripsy. Oh, Yechi does, I think, get the last shot on that drone. That was nice, grabbing themselves the EMP. And what's more important than them getting it is KGO not getting it, because KGO is looking to push these lanes.
That's true.
Oh, it's a cat off again. This one to go into Ease as Ease just destroys Chokas with a matter of a couple whip strikes.
I think that might have put her on the track to getting a fully stacked chilled revolver, and that you don't want to fight that whip with the crit on it.
No.
It is horrifying. We've seen what it does to people.
Yeah, with the Jojo Revolver adds, a good crit chance when it's maxed out. It means your crits do, instead of 200% your base damage, 250. So that's a lot of extra damage, and when it's coming out the whip strike that already has bonus damage, it's a lot of burst on a single champion.
Yeah, and there's about a 12k credit difference between the teams right now, and that is fairly substantial. It's about 23 minutes into the game, which is pretty much mid-game, starting to enter the late-game phase, but it seems like there's such a lack of turrets for KGB. I'm not sure what they're going to do about that. They need to stop getting caught. Like, in one way or another, it just seems like KGO is so good at finding that person who's out of position and getting it.
A lot of I think it's not just them finding people out of position, it's the way they move around the map and split themselves up.
Right.
It forces their opponents to split up, and then they get a good read on the way their opponents are splitting up.
That's a good point.
This is interesting. 3-on-4 fighting under a turret. KGO is relentless, but was this an overcommittal? Maybe not. They killed Jules. Are they just winning a 3-on-4 under their opponent's turret? Oh, Ease came in from the back. That was a good move. It was 4-on-4. You're right. Though G's, oh wow, the heal keeps G's alive. Ease runs through the turret trying to get out of there. And man, they just took out the whole team but Jokas.
And that heal from Poison Ivy just getting them right back up there where they need to be.
I mean, we'll see what Jokas is like. You know what? I don't think I can do anything against this. I'm just going to go and farm a bit.
I think that Dampener might actually be going down.
Yeah, and I think it's right for Jokas, though, to... Okay, she's going to come around behind this direction, try to defend it a bit, maybe throw some claws out. Dropping a heal pad. That's not exactly going to help her too much, and wow, so much damage on Jokas. Revealed by the Gaslight Batman ability, but still able to escape. And, Cripsy in bunny form. Cyborg wants to kill him, but...
The Blood Spirits from Green Lantern? Was that Green Lantern who used it, or was it Zatanna?
I couldn't exactly tell which is the...
Zatanna has the Blood Spirit. She has that Pandora's box, so she sent it out to slow Cripsy, who almost got killed, but just narrowly escaped. That really excellent support from G's.
Look how slow Joker walks when he's dazzled by Zatanna. It looks like we do have Atomic Poison Ivy retreating from the top. Got to be a little careful with Atomic Poison Ivy alone, but not really alone. Ease is nearby. No, Ease goes back. Wow, Tabor Swift doesn't carry.
They should just leave. Yeah, they've been here for so long. They got that Dampener. Why not just leave, regroup, get some artifacts, and come back to the lane?
Yeah, that would.
Oh, because they'll probably just get these kills.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? How about we just killed one instead? Johnner just is doing such a great job with the Joker, just cutting people off and destroying them when they're stunned. Joker plus Atomic Poison Ivy seems to be a really powerful combo, because if someone can't move out of the way of the present, it's just all the teeth hit him, and it's just so much damage.
It was the same thing that was happening earlier for KGO.
Oh, another cat off, and yet again, Catwoman
yikes.
Prime takes that one down.
Poor Cat Prime. I mean, that's rough. Rather, poor Gaslight Catwoman. It seems like she's died more than that, really. But she's still, for every death, she's been able to provide a kill or an assist. So it's not
I feel like every time she's died has been dueling Ease.
Yeah, she needs to be a little bit more careful. You don't want to get caught all alone when you don't know where that Catwoman who's repeatedly been killing you is.
And I don't know which champion is technically stronger in a duel, but I do know that when Ease has 11,000 credits and you have 6,000, there's no champion that's going to win with that type of credit differential, pretty much.
If they were evenly fed, I think it would just come down to...
Yeah, it's micro positioning and things like that. But with almost twice the items, it's a pretty lopsided battle if it gets down to it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like the definition of insanity, just doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result.
I like the idea, though, of constantly trying to get some farm in, because I do think the Gas Cat is your champion. You really want to get all that farm in.
But, you can actually use that to your advantage. So for example, Gaslight Catwoman has been up, going to the top lane, kind of dying to Ease in a 1v1. Clearly can't take her because Ease is so much more fed at this point. So KGB, in preparation for this, could send Gaslight Catwoman to do something and then go and position for an ambush for when Ease inevitably attempts to pick up that kill on her. And that would be even using mistakes or perceived mistakes as, you know, trying to employ a tactic.
And, you know, with Jules with a teleport, all they have to do is have Jokers throw one of the surveillance cameras somewhere. Jules can teleport in there and use the ultimate.
Exactly.
And that ultimate, I mean, Ease does a lot of damage to Catwoman, but if he's locked down by Jules' ultimate, Gascat, even being behind, will finish him off very quickly.
Yeah, and see, Catwoman is still here right now. KGB could just be converging on him right now because they've already lost the bot Dampener.
Look at how much life Joker's lost.
God, was that another web strike?
Yeah, from full life to about 1/3 life in one strike. That was brutal. There was an acrobat first, so it was a
so crit and attack penetration. Oh my God.
This is just a very, very brutal Catwoman.
That's
Do
rough.
not mess with her. Chao's is going to try to work the bottom lane. I think KGO is kind of just regrouping here. Trying to push all the lanes at once, so they make the nice thing is if you have every lane pushed, you can go for one dampener and then really quickly switch to another one. Whereas if you only have one lane pushed, you can't switch because you have no drones to help you tank.
Yeah, absolutely. They are going in. They have the EMP though.
Yeah, and Jules is taking a lot of punishment. He uses ultimate on Genre to try to keep the Joker at bay, but that's not going to work. Nightmare Batman does go down. Meanwhile, the rest of the team's in full retreat, but the EMP goes away. There's no drones left. But Taylor Swift is going to tank basically as well as the drones. But they dish cheese! No,
Yikes.
poor Poison Ivy. Wow, that was a very quick death on Yechi. And look at this, Ease just wants to kill. Because they come back here, Catwoman.
Oh my God.
They'll settle for the kill on Green Lantern.
Oh, a little bit greedy.
Oh, revenge! No, Jokers cannot get revenge. That whip is brutal. Turns around one whip. Oh!
Wow.
Don't die, Ease.
That might spell the end. Chow is the only person who's up.
This is, I mean, yeah, it's only Chow. Yes, there's a lot of damage on Team KGO, but once more drones come in to take the turret hit. That'll be it. Jules has come back to life. Chow trying to do what he can, but he goes down. Jules retreats to the heal zone. This power core turret at 2/3 of life. Cripsy and John are going to try to zone out the rest of the team. No, Cripsy going back on the turret. There's a present. Taylor Swift gets turned into a bunny and taken out. Cripsy, it looks like he wants to be next. They did take out Ease. There's that Pandora's box slowing him down. And KGB does clean up the KGB offense, but
they can't do anything about it.
They're short on power core turrets.
And they've got, well, one dampener down, and they just need to go bottom and top. Wow, look at how awesome Atomic Poison Ivy's, like, just vast thorns are. She's a creepy creature now that she's half plant.
Yeah, being half plant's a little creepy. Pseudo style, going after Genre. Joker tries to vanish away, stuns Jules, but that's not going to be enough. He's dazzled. He can't run away. Jesus saying, should I help him? I think Jesus wants to kill Jules.
Kiss!
Oh,
yeah.
The kiss of death was that one. Nightmare Batman in skeleton form just evaporates.
Poor guy.
Yechi dashing away, and you know, I guess from here KGB just has to hope that they can get the Dampener back up, and then maybe get some insane team fight, or maybe pick off a bunch of KGO members if they get too.
I feel like
too overconfident.
So I feel like.
Well, I mean, this was very overcome to G's. G's had no business pushing this on his own.
That's
so
true.
They are getting a little cocky.
But we'll think about the circumstances, right?
Yeah.
They have no power core turrets. There's a dampener down. There's one dampener that's going to go down if everybody converges on it. They are 20k credits ahead. More than 20k credits, like almost 25k credits ahead. I did math right? Yeah, I can math a little bit.
I can math.
Except for the fact that Poison Ivy seems to be just kind of messing around and not, you know. Oh, look at her. Look how strong she is, though. She just basically two-shot Jokers with her Q and her W.
And the thing is, as soon as she kisses Jokers, Jokers can't do any damage. Right?
Exactly.
There's just no...
Well, with her abilities, but, you know, it's the basic attacks, too, that you need on Cast Catwoman. But what I'm saying is, once they get to that power core, they don't have turrets to defend it. They're so much weaker that in a 5v5 they're going to lose. It's effectively like wandering out into the jungle and doing that, you know, because they cannot fight them.
Well,
no
they're
going
to need a miracle. Let's see if they can come up with one. KGO is kind of spreading out a bit. Ease is pushing the top. They have Taylor Swift and Genre pushing the middle. You know, at the bottom, Cripsy gets ultimated by Jules. Oh, gets out of the range of the plane, but there's still a lot of pursuit going on. Are they both going to get away? Oh, in fact, it was just a trap. Here comes in Taylor Swift and Genre. Even in bunny form, Taylor Swift continues to chase. Goes for Yechi. Genre's going to try to finish her off at the present. No, has to get out of tower range. And Jeez is now in trouble to Jokas. Oh, nice net of stuns there. Jokas has to retreat. Jeez heals himself up. Meanwhile, T-Swift is still in the middle of the opposing team's space, just doing his thing.
This is real. Seems like a really messy fight.
It's very sloppy.
Everybody's running around and just dying.
I feel like KGO is being a little sloppy here, but their champions are so much stronger, they don't care too much. Now it's going straight for the power core. Jules is going to try to stop it. So is Pseudo Style. Got to go for Cripsy. Gasfat is the person who can take down the power core very fast, kind of ignoring Taylor Swift, but slow but surely that power core is going down to the tentacles on top of Poison Ivy.
Oh, here's
Ease
Ease.
is in. Yeah. Ease is not. Look at it. The Green Natural almost died in one shot from that.
Oh my god.
In the heal pad, still taken out. Full tro mode here, not even finishing up. Taylor Swift is still beating at the power core the whole time. Just like, I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to sit here and beat on the power core. There it finally goes down. That was a pretty crazy ending there. But, you know, what I love about Infinite Crisis is every game, you see a different champion just do really well.
Yeah.
I remember it was, you know, Ease with Gas Cat in the last match just was going absurd. In this game, I mean, I think Ease with Catwoman was looking pretty absurd as well.
Yeah, he seems to be good at the cats no matter what happens.
Yeah, it's a master of the cats. Genre had a great Joker. I like the way Pseudo Style played Green Lantern.
Yeah, I was pleased by that.
I've always been afraid of playing Green Lantern because it's so scary to play a champion that doesn't have escapes.
Yeah.
I was also really interested in seeing him open with the logo so early. That's a really cool item to get early, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of neglected by a lot of people, I think, because, like, you know, as everybody wants to go for the damage, everybody wants to go for the easy to acquire stats. But, you know, when you invest in something like that, it's good. And
you know the interesting thing about it is, I think it makes sense for Green Lantern. It's opposed to Joker who gets, you know, a more balanced item like Vitality's Energy Lance, Cosmic Belt. More of a balance, a little bit of health, a little bit of power damage, cooldown reduction, especially with the Dreamstone. I think with Green Lantern, with the way he plays, where you can't really escape, you just throw all your stuff on him and you hope it kills him, going for the Logos early, and then the goal is if you get it charged up enough coins, then yes, you may not be able to escape, but your abilities will just obliterate everyone so fast you won't need to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a super good point.
Yeah.
And I mean, what are you going to expect when you have a Catwoman who can just one-shot somebody?
Yeah, I mean, Ease was getting pretty brutal there at the end. It was the crits were just getting totally out of hand there. But that's it for the match. KGO takes down the Grand Finals 2-0 in a really some great match, especially the game they had in the winners bracket match.
Yeah.
In a way, you could say it was 3-0 because they played in the winners bracket.
Pretty
finals.
much. So they're basically undefeated.
Yeah. KGO is looking incredibly tough to beat. They're going to be our #1 seed coming out of this qualifier going into the PAX tournament. Of course, that's for a $25,000 prize pool. It's going to be KGO, KGB, Dignitas, Complexity, and there may be one or two other teams in there later down the road. We'll see that. But thank you guys for watching the IC PAX East qualifier. Be sure to tune in for the PAX tournament itself on April 10th, 11th, and 12th. And that's it for me. Signing out, Nick Axev Randish and Megan Zagnet Bow. We'll see you guys next time.